Hey y'all, it's me, Cody. I have not checked in with you guys in a long time. Um, yeah, came here. I don't have any real plans, but I came here. I wanted to give you guys a life update. Um, a lot of exciting things are happening. Some of you may already know some things, but some of you may not. So I wanted to come and let you know. It is the beginning of June. I believe it's like the 11th or 12th or somewhere around there. And yeah, so what does that mean? A lot of you will probably have been following my DNP blogs or vlogs, and I was kind of documenting the process. Well, this last semester I tried to keep video, but I lost it all. So there's no real end of vlog or last semester DNP vlogs, unfortunately. But I did graduate. Yay! So I wanted to let you know that. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a vlog for that, and I'm probably going to turn the vlogs to private. But I really appreciate everyone who kind of followed along on that journey. I know it's not really knitting related or anything, but yeah, I do plan to do some knitting podcasts again in the future, in the near future. But like I said, I have a lot of exciting things to update you all on. So I wanted to take the time while I can to do a little update. So, like I mentioned, I did graduate. Here's my picture. I have my doctorate now. So that's super exciting. I'm very, very, very proud of myself. It was a bit of a rough semester. It was very busy, obviously, finishing up my research and getting all of that written up and the whole document edited and uploaded and all the like little paperwork, like turning this here and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I was a TA for a class, and so I had it actually worked really well. There was a professor, he taught the class, and I graded the papers. And there were 60 students in the class. So yeah, it was a little bit busy, but at least I didn't have to go to the class or anything like that. I just had no time. Plus, I was working full time, as you probably know. So it was just really busy, really chaotic. Yeah, so there are things I really loved about the program. There were things that I wish were a lot different about the program. My savings account is like super depleted, but I'm really happy I have the degree. I'm glad I stuck with it. I know many times in my head I was like, I'm sick of this. Let's stop. But I'm really proud of myself, and I'm proud that I finished it, and I'm glad that it's over. I had a really amazing cohort, and I'm so thankful for all of them. We were just so close, and we were always there to encourage each other and support each other. Hey, don't forget to turn in this assignment or whatever. And it just made a huge difference, I think. And yeah, I miss seeing them every Tuesday night, but I also don't miss class and all that extra work. And I was kind of at a loss of what to do with myself there for a little while when I came home from work and things. I'm like, this is why people watch TV. And then, I was like, oh, I can knit again. I can read, all of those things. So I've done a lot of reading, and I do plan to do, as you can see, I have lots of books, but I do plan to keep you guys updated on things that I'm reading and that kind of stuff in coming up. And I'll probably have different to keep the videos more short, you know, like less than 30 minutes. I'll probably do different videos, or I may even start a channel that's just specific towards reading if I feel like I'm getting a lot of reading content or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys don't care about books, let me know. If you want to see it here, I'll put it here. But yeah, I'm planning to do things like that, let you know what I've been reading. But also, I still love to knit and I miss it. I've actually done a bit of knitting this morning and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of getting back into things that I enjoy doing again, and it's been so nice, so nice. So yeah, I wanted to let you know that, and thank you all for being along on this journey. But also, guys were there for my master's degree. You've really been there for a big part of my journey of my education and my career. So I also want to share with you something else that's happened and gonna be happening. So I'm moving again, and I'm moving to another state. I'm moving to Florida. I'll be actually in Orlando, and I'm very excited about that. I have a new job opportunity, and it's kind of bittersweet, to be honest with you. I've worked with one of the docs I've been with. I was at the cancer treatment centers with her, and I followed her to my current job to start this new oncology program. And she's really a big part of my story and why I am where I am today in my career. She really taught me a lot, and she, has really been there to, support me through this and really push me a lot to work, at the highest level of my scope of practice, and really giving me the tools and the knowledge to do that. And I'll be forever thankful for her for that. And yeah, it's a bit bittersweet. I'm gonna miss her, but at the same time, I really feel like it's really time for me to go. There's just not, we're having a lot of issues with staffing and things like that, which most places are. But the problem is most of my days I'm spending being a medical assistant. I don't have a whole lot of patients on my schedule, and we've been here a year and a half, and it's growing but slow. And so because we can't keep like MAs and nurses, I'm having to do a lot of that kind of work. And not that that's beneath me, but I've worked really hard, as you all have seen, to have my doctorate in nursing and to be a nurse practitioner. And the things that I would rather be doing for the practice, like getting policies and procedures written, writing standing protocols, and really helping the practice grow. They're not. I'm having to room like patients for the doctors, or do things that usually a nurse would do. And again, I'm not above doing that. I just need to work at my level of practice, my level of expertise, my knowledge. I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm actually an advanced oncology certified nurse practitioner, and so I need to be seeing patients in that level, assessing them, prescribing them medicine, treating their symptoms, or coordinating their cancer care. Those kind of things is a little bit higher scope, because that's what I went to school for, and that's what I enjoy doing. And it was fine to help out for a while, but it's just, like I said, a year and a half, and I'm calling patients back, doing their vital signs, updating their med list, and getting the doctor a lot. And when I do have patients, I'm having to do that for my own self as well. And so I really want to be somewhere where I can work at my the highest level of my degree, and also um, be somewhere where I can grow in my career. So I kind of accidentally found this opportunity really kind of crazy. It's bizarre, actually. So I had a recruiter reach out to me for another position in here in Georgia. And, I was like, it doesn't hurt to interview or whatever. So I interviewed, and they were taking a long time to get back with me. I think it was nearly 4 weeks before I got an offer. And toward the end of that 4 weeks, I was just looking. I've always wanted to live closer or on the beach or closer to the beach. I love the beach, the ocean. I'll say I love the beach, not I won't necessarily the ocean. Um, but I just love being there. It's calming, relaxing, all that kind of stuff. I think it's beautiful. So, um, I was just looking around. I was looking in like Clearwater Beach area. And then I found the place I will be working at. And I don't want to say right now, but maybe in the future I will. But it's a larger network, cancer network in Florida. So it has opportunities, I think. But I saw a position for Orlando, and I was like, oh, that would be a fun place. It's close enough to go to beaches and things like that. And also there's Disney and Universal there, which would be really fun. I love going there. And so I was like, let me just put in my resume. Like, I just, updated my resume, put it in. And probably like a week later, on a Thursday, I got a phone call from them, and I was like, oh wow. So they called, and they were like, hey, we got your resume, are you still interested in the position? And I was like, absolutely. And we chatted a little bit, and they were like, okay, well, I would like to set up like a formal interview with the hiring managers and whatnot. And I was like, okay, so how about tomorrow? So the next day, on a Friday, I interviewed with the hiring managers of the facility, and it was great. And one thing that's great about looking for a job while you already have a job is that it's not so stressful. It's not the end of the world if I didn't get the job or something. But I think it gave me more confidence as well. It made me be like, you know what? This is really what I have to offer. I have this degree, I have these certifications. I've been working in oncology for 10 years. Nearly 7 of those years, I've been a nurse practitioner. I have the knowledge base and the skill set and the passion for this. So I felt like I really was able to represent myself well. And just kind of be myself and be a little goofy and smile and happy, and not so worried about necessarily what they think of me or whatever. It was just, I didn't feel intimidated or anything like that. It was a really great interview experience, to be honest. And so they told me they would get back with me, and I think later that evening, it was either later that evening or the next day, but I think it was later that evening, they sent me an email that evening asking what computer system I was using or whatnot, and I responded, and I was like, thank you for taking the time to interview with me. I hope I hope to talk with you soon or whatever. And then they asked me if I would be available the following Tuesday. It was Monday was Memorial Day, so Tuesday, to have a meeting with the doctor. And these were over like Zoom meetings. And so I was like, sure. And they told me, the doctor's name and all that. So I did a little bit of research of my own and looked the doctor I'll be working with up and that kind of stuff. And it was really cool. I had a good feeling about it. And then, obviously they had told me more about the position and what I would be doing. I asked a lot of questions of myself. I kind of interviewed them as well, right? And so I met with the doctor on a Tuesday evening. She was so great. She seems to have a really great personality, a very like happy spirit. She seems like she's super approachable, um, and those kind of things. And obviously, we'll have to get to know each other a little bit more and like, figure out, communicating with each other and how that works and get our flow. Like I have a good flow with the doctor I work with now and like how we do things. So I'll have to, establish that and develop that, but it's going to be great, I think. She didn't seem like she's one of those doctors that you don't even want to like talk to because they're so grumpy or anything like that. So total opposite of that. She's smiley, happy, energetic, like her energy just seemed really good. And then I believe the next day they emailed me and they asked me for 2 reference letters. And it was funny because earlier that day, the doctor had that I work with, she asked me, she's like, "Are you looking for a new job?" And I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately I am." And we just had a little bit of a chat, and I was like, I'm working as an MA, and we've been doing this for a while, and the practice isn't, necessarily growing as fast as, I would like it to. And I do have a couple opportunities lined up, and yeah, so that was that. And she was, it's like, "I'm going to be sad to see you go, but if you need, anything, a reference or anything, please let me know." And, she's so sweet. She's like, "You're like my kid, and I just want what's best for you. And I want, want you to be happy and things." And, I think it was kind of a relief for her actually, because I think she's wanting to make some of her own changes. And because, I think she always kind of had me in the back of her mind about where she wanted to actually be and things like that. And so now she doesn't have to worry about me, I think. So I think it was a little bit of a relief. She, was really supportive. And she wrote a letter of recommendation for me, was very kind with that, and she even gave me a copy of it, and she's like, "If you ever need it, here." And she put her phone number on there so they could call her if they wanted to. And then the other nurse practitioner I used to work with, she was at the cancer center with me, and then she followed us, she came with me up here, and she left last November. And she wrote one, and so I had they both submitted those the very next day. And then the next day they told me they're working on an offer letter. And the day that I interviewed with the doctor down in Florida, the place up here actually reached out to me and made an offer. And I asked them, I was like, "Okay, let me think about it. Can I have till the end of the week?" And they were like, "Sure." They kind of lowballed me a little bit on the salary. And it would have been a fine place to work. I would have been doing like inpatient rounding, basically, because they're so busy. They have a lot of patients that end up in the hospital, and I would be going to, in that job, I would have been going to the hospitals. Like they're connected, the clinic and the hospital's connected. I'll be going in and seeing the patients that were there, help coordinate when they're discharged to get them followed back up in the clinic, and just help out the hospitalists there who with certain, the oncology piece. So it wasn't like a hospitalist position. Like if they come in and they're, have neutropenic fevers, I wouldn't necessarily be telling them, ordering their antibiotics and all of that. I would just be there coordinating things and saying, "Oh yeah, let's, let's give them Neulasta or whatever, you know, a little bit of the oncology piece to it. And then new consults helping out with that. You know, the hospitals had a question about, you know, they have a lung mass and a liver mass, like where should we biopsy? And we would most of the time say, let's do a biopsy of the liver, because if the liver comes back positive as a lung cancer, then we know the mass in the lung is lung. But you can have two different cancers at the same time, unfortunately. So then if the liver biopsy came back and it was liver cancer and not lung cancer, then we would go back and do the lung. It would be two different primaries. But if you go and you biopsy the liver and it's a lung cancer, then you know this is lung cancer too, and that helps with staging and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so those are things I would be coordinating, and just making sure they had follow-up once they're discharged and that they didn't fall through the cracks, things like that. And then they also wanted me, because I do have clinic experience, if someone calls out or if I have a slow day, I would help out in the clinic. So yeah, that's stuff I do now. Easy job. The thing that I did like about them, they did have a really good, if you picked up call, they paid you really well for that. And where I'm at now, they don't pay me to be on call, which is annoying. It's always been annoying. I truly believe that, and I mean, if I was making $500,000 a year, fine, but I don't make that kind of money. And I think that if I'm being on call after beyond my 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week thing, so anytime after 5 o'clock during the week, and then any time on the weekends, I am supposed to be available and have to carry a phone around with me and respond if somebody sends a message. I should be compensated for my time. That's just my belief and what I feel. So, in some form or another, either my salary should be matched that, or I should get, you know, either through a bonus structure or, you know, like, you know, if you're on call for the weekend, this is what you get. You know, whatever. You get this extra. Anyway, so it would have been fine. It would have been different. But yeah, I had to. So Thursday, the Florida people were working on an offer for you. So they didn't give me an official offer, but then Friday I still had to. They didn't have the offer letter ready yet, but I had to let them know by Friday. At the end of the day, I had to let the people here in Georgia know whether I had decided to accept the offer or not. And there was a recruiter that I worked with for them, and so she called me, and, you know, I told them, you know, the salary's kind of lowball, and they're like, well, we could give you a one-time bonus, you know, from the recruiting agency. And I'm like, that's a one-time thing. I need my salary to be where I want it to be, because that doesn't make up for it. You know, like, it's a one-time thing, not each year. You know, I need, because if I had, you know, I get an annual raise, then it's still not going to meet, you know, be up to what the salary I think I'm worth. And plus, so they were really upset. The recruiter people were upset. But more so, they were upset with the organization that I was applying for, because they took so long to make an offer. Because if they would have made an offer to me within a week, I wouldn't have even been looking elsewhere. That's just the fact of the situation. And the Florida people really made a decision really quickly, and they offering my salary to be where I need it to be, a sign-on bonus. They're offering, you know, like, I get a stipend for my phone every month because people are going to be calling me. They're making a lot of of they're doing all the right things. And the other thing is they're nonprofit. So that really helps out for the student loan forgiveness program. And I have a lot of student loans, and so that really it was a huge perk to there. Plus, I'm gonna have a really fun life, like social life there, going to Disney and Universal all the time because I love being there. I plan to be an annual pass holder, and just kind of go all the time. Also, explore a lot of beaches and stuff. I just think I'm going to really have a great time. I'm going to really enjoy my job there, and I'll have to work hard, but I'll also really enjoy the weekends and stuff like that. It's going to be a great time. So that's kind of what's coming up in my near future. I'm supposed to start my new job July 25th. And I don't know where I'm going to live yet. So I got to find a place to live. I have to, get my Florida licensure all situated. I have to get credentialing and all that kind of stuff done at the new place. And yeah, lots of things. Packing and figuring out. Yeah, figuring a lot of things out. But I have a trip planned coming up next week. So I took off Thursday and Friday from work, and so I'll go. And my godparents, they live in like Vero Beach, Florida. So I am meeting up with them, and we're gonna go look at some apartments to rent in Orlando. So that's gonna be really great to see them. But also, I love that they're so supportive. But hopefully I will have chosen an apartment. My last day or at my current job is going to be July 15th. So that will give me 1 week to move. I probably should have taken a little bit longer off in between to get settled in, but I did it based on my pay when my paychecks and stuff like that. So I did have a week off, but it wouldn't have me going without getting a paycheck or something like that. So yeah, I took that time off. I think it's gonna work out really well. Also, my lease ends in this apartment in August, so that worked out great. It's just like the stars just aligned, and I didn't even expect the Florida people to even reach out to me. I was actually thinking if I'm gonna move to Florida, I'm gonna have to find a recruiter. So it just worked really, really well. I have really good feelings about it. It's gonna be a great move. I'm gonna miss my friends here in Georgia, but they will be coming to see me pretty frequently. I'm pretty sure because they love going to Disney and Universal as well. And now that they have a place to stay, they can come more frequently. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm very exciting. This is almost 30 minutes already, so I'm going to end that here. That's kind of where we're at with all of this. I will maybe do a moving vlog and all of that kind of stuff if you're interested. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Little life updates, and I'll keep you posted of what's going on and all that. So I will talk to you all very soon. Take care of yourself, drink lots of water, use sunscreen, and I'll see you very soon.